Hello viewers, welcome to the exclusive radio on Age-Based TV Africa. I'm with Elton. My guest today is distinguished Senator Prince Ned Nwoko. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
I must say, you're looking amazing.
Thank you. You look well too with your pink hair.
Emphasis has been laid on my pink
kaftan.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I guess this is your very first appearance on the media in 2025. I would like you to say a very big shout out to Nigerians and Africa at large watching you right now.
We're in a new year, so I'll say Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish everybody the best of the next few months.
Okay, moving ahead to Project Tourism Africa. Could you share more about its aim toward promoting intra-African tourism?
Well, this is a passion.
All right.
It's actually a passion. We as Africans need to discover who we are.
That's right.
We are so blessed, but because of historical, political divisions caused by those that colonized us, through what we now know as partitioning of Africa, where nations were divided amongst Britain, the Germans, the French, the Italians, and that has created some kind of artificial boundaries of language. Before the partition in Africa was one.
Yeah, it was
one. We had just kingdoms here and there.
Yeah, that's
various kingdoms.
Yeah,
existing fairly cordially. But all these economic colonial interests saw to the division and partitioning, and we've been controlled, whether you like it or not. Britain controlled Nigeria. We're still being controlled. America controls us through their monetary policies, through the use of dollars. The Germans control their own territories, and Africa is still being controlled.
That's true.
And that is why you see a lot of all these younger military leaders coming up and say, look, no more. We want to control ourselves.
Yeah.
We want to control our resources. We want to look inwards for solutions to our problems. Because there are so many problems in Africa, but these problems are solvable by us. We don't need to look beyond Africa. We have so many natural resources, from North Africa to East Africa to West Africa to South Africa. We have everything that we need under our lands, and all we just need to do is to look inwards. And so, for me, looking inward entails Africans finding solutions by themselves, and these solutions will start by us moving around.
Okay.
Moving from place to place. How do we actually discover Africa? We must move around. It's not just about tourism.
Okay.
It's also about economic emancipation.
Yeah.
It's about economic growth.
Growth, that's true.
How do we begin to know that there are things that we can do in Mozambique, for example, or in Angola, or in Ghana, or in Morocco, or in Tanzania, or in Nigeria? What we need to do in Africa, I think we can just emulate the European Union and how they're operating.
Yeah.
In the European Union, people move around seamlessly between countries without borders. People don't really know when they pass from, say, Italy to Switzerland to Germany to Austria, because everywhere is the same. They respect each other.
Yeah.
And they've come to accept that they are one. So Africa must accept that we are one. And so when they do that, they can be talking about a common currency. Because if we have a common currency like the Europeans have European euro, we can do a lot. And if we have a common currency and then maybe one or two languages that are indigenous African languages that are spoken and taught in schools, people will begin to feel the Pan-Africanism in them.
That's true.
Everybody wants to grow within Africa.
That's true.
Currently, people don't think about Africa. People don't even think about their countries. People are not nationalistic. We're not Pan-Africanists. People are so much engrossed in self-development, self-enrichment, and all that. And so, my whole idea about tourism in Africa is to create that awareness. Okay. Awareness of the benefits of tourism in Africa, what it portends, what it can mean for businesses and for individuals. Of course, one problem that we have in Africa is that people don't really understand the concept of holidays. People don't have time to rest.
To rest, yeah.
People, families abroad in UK, in America, every year, they must take a holiday. It's compulsory. You take a holiday, either you travel within Africa, which we don't do, or like the Europeans, they travel within Europe, or they go outside Europe.
Yeah.
They go to China, they go to Japan, they come to Africa, you know. So they are discovering Africa. Because we are here, we've not discovered ourselves. So what we need to do, this whole concept, my tourism efforts, is not geared towards a profit. I am looking at how we can create another level of awareness that we can actually relax within Africa. We can travel within Africa. We can discover Africa. And there is no better education than travel.
That's true.
You know, when people talk about exposure is the best thing that you can have. Exposure is not about going to a university and studying.
Yeah.
It's about moving around.
That's true.
It's about knowing other people's cultures, about their food, about their clothing, about their languages and all that. You know, so there is a lot to do in Africa, and I just hope that people will think less of going to UK, going to America, going to France for holidays. Let's begin to discover Africa. I am actually very happy that a country like Morocco has now become #1 tourism destination in Africa, because Morocco is very stable.
Yeah,
they have a very stable economy. They have very productive workforce. They have they don't have much of natural resources. They rely on revenues from tourism and agriculture. You know, last year they earned almost $20 billion.
That's from tourism.
From tourism alone.
That's huge.
From tourism alone, and this is well documented. You know, if you ask an average UK person now, where do you want to go to in Africa? They say Morocco, and because Morocco is organized, you know, it's a very orderly society.
Yeah,
the architecture is fantastic. The people are beautiful. The environment everything is. You know, Morocco is actually an ideal place for people to go to, because when you go to Morocco is like 3 countries in one. In Morocco, you have the European part, because they're very close to Spain. At night, from Agadir and Tangier, you can see Spain at night. You know, so you have the European part of Morocco where there's snow every year.
Wow,
it snows heavily. Then you have the Arabian part of Morocco, the Atlas Mountains. You know, these are the Arabian part of Morocco. Then you have the Sahara part of Morocco that is Afro, more like African.
Yeah. You
know, towards the Sahrawi and towards the borders of Algeria and all that. And Morocco is not one of those strict Islamic nations. You know, you can still have fun. You can still, you know, there are clubs in Morocco. There are, if that's your type of enjoyment, there are clubs. There are restaurants, beautiful restaurants everywhere, and there are many. From the airport, you will see a lot of European children with their teachers. Coming out from the airport for a 1 week or 2 week holidays in Morocco, and the roads are very good. The roads in Morocco are very good, and they have no problem with electricity. You know, it's not like Nigeria where it's a NEPA, take light. No, it doesn't happen there. And there's water. Nobody's digging a borehole. They have water, pipe-borne water, managed by water boards and all that. And of course, everybody in Morocco, some of them speak French, all of them speak Arabic, but they all also manage to get by with English and German. You know, so it's a very unique place, and we chose Morocco as the next destination because we want to start from the best. Of course, my team, the last winners went to.
That's Rwanda.
They went to Rwanda, because Rwanda is, of course, here, and Rwanda has done very well in tourism and good governance. So that's how we started with Rwanda.
Okay, coming to that Rwanda, the Rwanda campaign, we know it was actually a successful one, but how was it able to inspire the Discover Morocco tour?
I must say that I have a bias towards Morocco.
Okay.
Because of my historical link with Morocco.
Yeah.
I've been going to Morocco for like 35 years now. And so I know Morocco, and I can vouch for Morocco and Moroccans. Rwanda's success story is known globally.
Okay.
So everybody knows how stable it is and how clean Rwanda is and how tourism has evolved over time.
Yeah, over time.
They've risen from the dark ages of genocide to something else.
Yeah.
And it's actually, Rwanda is a good case study for Nigeria. Well, we chose Rwanda because Rwanda is relatively upcoming, but they've done very well in almost all areas. But then for me, Morocco is really the next best place, because it is a place that even some of my colleagues from the Senate, when they go, a lot of them have gone to Morocco for various seminars and conferences. When they come back, they are so elated, they are so excited, they are so happy that there is a country in Africa where, for example, the currency is so stable. 35 years ago, when I went there, the currency was 12 dirham, there's a local currency, to £1. 35 years ago. Today it's still the same.
Wow.
It is still the same. So we can learn a lot from Morocco. So yes, the next set of winners will go to Morocco. The whole thing is being supported by the Moroccan government and Moroccan embassy. The flight here is very easy now. There's Air Morocco. It's just under 4 hours from here to Abuja to Casablanca. And I just want also to use, as I said before, traveling is education. By the time people go to Morocco and see how people behave, they begin to understand that we need to calm down as a people.
Yeah.
We need to become more disciplined. We need to learn. We need to obey orders. We need to. We can become. Government can protect us if we learn to be orderly. Let me just tell you something happened in Morocco last week. About 2 weeks ago, sorry, just to illustrate to you how good Morocco is. A Nigerian girl from Delta lives in London. She went on holiday to Morocco on her own. She just chose to go to Morocco on holidays. I mean, how many girls from British girls would just come to Nigeria on their own? Yeah. That girl must be very adventurous.
Yes.
But this Nigerian girl from Delta, I've never met her before until this problem started. What I'm going to tell you now. She went and spent her holiday, a 2-week holiday in Morocco. And then on her way out from Morocco, at the airport, apparently she just took some documents from her bag, folded it, and put it in the dustbin. Like discarding some waste. In the dustbin. She didn't throw it on the floor. In the dustbin. As soon as she did that, the police, the secret police, went to the dustbin, picked up what she dropped in the bin, and invited the girl. Why did you drop this? They checked, further checks revealed that the documents she dropped are not her documents. It's in somebody else's name. So they stopped her from traveling. because according to them, she's trying to destroy documents that is not in her own name. She must explain whose document these are. She must be honest with it. They took her, they arrested her. And after interviews and upon interviews, of course, her flight left. She was charged to the court for destroying somebody else's property. And it happened that the property belongs to her friend in UK. But why she was doing it, she couldn't explain. Of course, I had to intervene when the family got in touch with me. I had to get in touch with the Moroccan ambassador, who also intervened, and she has been left off the hook because they know she's not a criminal. But I'm just telling you this story just to see how organized a nation is.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, can you imagine the police in Nigeria going to a dustbin to pick what somebody has dropped,
yeah,
to find out whether something is what happened,
I can understand,
and you miss your flight because of that, and they charge you to court for something as simple as that, because their police are very effective.
Yeah, they are.
So when people go to Morocco, they'll be so certain that they'll be protected by the police. They'll be so certain that they will have their full rights respected by all.
All right, let's talk about the impact of the Tour Africa Lottery. Without much emphasis to be laid, as Africa Lottery has already made a significant impact by offering participants the chance to win good trips. Can we slightly talk about the idea behind the initiative? You know, what it means for the African tourism sector.
Well, this is just an opportunity that I thought about giving to people who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford to travel to leave their own territories.
Yeah.
You know, some people can't even come to Abuja from Asaba. You know, I mean, I heard about 6 people from in my office yesterday from Delta, and they told me they never entered a plane before. I was surprised. They said they never came to Abuja before. You know, but can you imagine those kind of people playing this lottery, and then suddenly say, "Oh, you'll be selected to go to Morocco." For them, it's a new beginning. It's a new life. So it is this whole concept was born out of the need to give people the opportunity that they wouldn't have otherwise, you know, of knowing other places. And my concern is really about the people knowing Africa. You know, I don't think that I will ever say this can be extended to going to Europe. Yeah. No.
Okay.
I want to focus on Africa. And so it is for the common people. But even if you are not a commoner, but you are a civil servant, or you are whatever you want to play.
Yeah.
And it's a lottery. And so we're not selecting, like those people that won, it was done through a process of selection. The lottery process was drawn, and their names came up. So anybody can be a winner.
So how can this unite Africans?
Or by movement. I just give you an example of how Europeans are united by moving around. And when people move around, they don't have visa requirements. That's another thing, but I'm working on that.
Okay.
I actually have a bill in the parliament to remove visa restrictions on Africans.
Okay.
Because we know about insecurity and all that things, but we're taking care of all that.
That's going to be a huge one.
So what we are trying to do is to make sure that people are able to move around without much restrictions. As I said, it's happening in Europe. It's been happening for decades. And it can happen here as well.
Yeah.
You know, Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, they have already taken the lead in removing visa requirements for Africans. I mean, don't you feel sad that a person who has an American passport or a British passport can go to any part of Africa without visas, and yet you, with a Nigerian passport, cannot go? So we must. There's a lot of political work that needs to be done for us to begin to treat ourselves as human beings, respected across board. If we can respect Americans and Europeans to move around, we can do the same thing can do the same thing for ourselves in Africa. You know,
the first edition saw great participation. What has the response been like for Discover Morocco tour?
I don't know. I'm not involved in the management. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But all I can tell you is that at the end of the day, we're going to have nothing less than 10 people that will go to come to Abuja first. I will receive them, and then from here they'll go to Morocco.
Okay, 10 candidates are actually the maximum client people for the.
For now, we're planning for 10.
Okay.
There could be more, and it could become more frequent. It depends on how much interest people show in it. But I know that people want to travel.
Yeah.
And I know that, look, let me give you another example. In Europe and in America, people love sports. People are fans of sports and stars. So when when clubs are playing football, or people are playing golf or some other sport, their supporters travel with them everywhere because of the ease of travel.
Yeah.
Hotels are cheap. There's no insecurity. People move around. So, and the economies grow. People benefit. Transporters benefit. Food sellers benefit. Hoteliers benefit.
Yeah.
And people benefit from this kind of movement that is anchored on sports. What we're talking about now in Nigeria is on tourism. And so people will benefit from it. The airlines will benefit. The food sellers will benefit. The souvenir sellers will benefit. Tourism is big. Tourism is big, and it can become the best fiscal earner for Africa if we focus on it and do it very well.
You know, as inspiring as this initiative is, it can also be challenging. What are the challenges faced so far, and how?
It's awareness. The awareness is there are no other challenges.
Okay.
I can tell you, like from going to when the people won. Once the winners emerged, they came to Abuja. They met with me and Regina.
Okay.
And in fact, Regina was going to go with them, but she had her graduation ceremony in Mexico.
Okay.
Another three, so she wasn't available. But even on this one, she might go with them, you know, along with our other team players. There are no challenges that I can see. There are no challenges. I would have thought that challenges, the way you're talking about it, would mean transportation, would mean the comfort and the safety. There wouldn't have any such challenges.
Oh.
Because by the time they come to Abuja, we'll receive them. And we talk to them and congratulate them.
Yeah.
And then the airline is there waiting for them. The planes are there to wait. They take them when they arrive on the other side of the world, of the continent, sorry. There are people there to receive them and take them around and, take care of them. And they'll have fun. They have the greatest fun in their lives, So anybody can play and become and benefit from this whole effort. It is really a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
There are no challenges.
So what is the future for the Tour Africa lottery?
The future will depend on Africans, how they embrace it.
Okay.
We are looking at extending the winners. Initially, the first draw was done principally among Nigerians, but now we're moving it across Africa.
Okay.
So people can embrace this. People can play this from anywhere they are in Africa, or even outside Africa. If you want to come to Africa and tour Africa through this, you're welcome to do so.
All right. The final thoughts and encouragement to the participants. What do you have to say to them?
Everybody should participate. Lottery is lottery. If you don't play, you don't win. Do you understand that saying?
Yeah. If you don't play, you don't win. Yeah.
Yes. If you don't play, you don't win. So if you want to win, you're going to play. And when you play, you are a winner, a potential winner, because the fact that you can travel to another country that you never thought of with a very small amount of money,
Yeah,
because our costs covers everything, from hotel accommodations to transportations to food and everything. You know, it's a full package. You know.
Are we looking at having participants to go to other African countries?
Of course, yes.
Or we can also bring those other people.
Some
from
of
those
them can
countries
come
down
to Nigeria.
Okay.
You know, after this Morocco experience,
Yeah.
then the next one could be South Africa, for example.
Okay.
It could be Egypt. It could be Gambia. It could be Ghana. It could be Burkina Faso. Anywhere.
All right.
Yes. We actually have directors now for East Africa and West Africa and North Africa. So we are trying to reach entire Africa, so that people can play from. Even if you're in Mali, the next one could be in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And it could be focusing in Abuja, or in Delta, or in Akwa Ibom, or Cross River State, anywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. That's been a very wonderful time with Senator Prince Ned Nwoko. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.